This is Fam Like the Ghost. This is our continuing series of song deconstructions or conversations. We wrote a song a while back that was inspired by Prince. Um, and we love Prince's Bob George Black Album voice that you can hear on, some bootlegs and on the Black Album itself. And we have a song called Good or Bad Hair that we wrote in 2016. And we think it's one of the defining Phantom songs, and it is inspired by Prince's Bob George voice. So it's a male kind of like hip hop inspired voice using a Roland um, vocoder that we got out of the JDXI, and it's only being affected by an MX1 performance mixer, and it's basically a play on in the black community the idea of good or bad hair, and bad hair is thought of as being more Afrocentric or curly and more ethnically black, and the good hair is when you straighten your hair. So if you saw James Brown when he had his straightened kind of conked out hair, and in the movie Malcolm X, you have this whole description of how black people kind of had this self hatred thing going on in the 50s and early 60s, where they would, you know, use lye and transform their hair to make it, more like white and make it wavy and less curly. And not until you got to the Afro-centric era of the Black Power movement, you get black people, celebrating traditional black hair and afro and not processing their hair. And so this character that's singing the Phantom is talking about good and bad hair, and then also kind of conflating sex with good and bad hair, and kind of saying which type of personality, which person, the person with the good hair or the bad hair, is going to be the person that the Phantom finds attractive. And typically, it's the person that has the so-called good hair that's thought of as being more desirable. Um, but the Phantom never kind of really in this song lets you know which which person he's actually going after. He just keeps on mentioning the two terms and then talking about your genitals like down there, and talking about like how are you going to have an illicit affair, is it with the good or bad hair. And it's kind of like maybe a choice of like how are you going to present yourself to your lover. Are you going to present yourself as being more natural, or are you going to prevent yourself as being um, this kind of person's trying to assimilate into America. And it's got a heavy funk beat. It's totally inspired by Prince, but it's my own take on Minneapolis funk, and I'm using um, Roland actually bass lines. And in the background, you have a Moog Mother 32 being utilized for effects in a very sparse kind of When Doves Cry recording, except like, I'm using a bass line, but it's a very sparse kind of Dirty Mind inspired type of track. Um, it's a pure funk track. It's got some things I've learned, like sometimes if you use the silences and things, there's more impact. And so there are low samples that pop in, well, not samples, but um, affectations or low parts that I put in from my other synths, like the Moog Mother 32 and the System 1M appear with some strange modulations at different levels in this song, and just use it for effect. And the real learning experience here is if you listen to Prince's funk, it's or any kind of funk, it's the wide open silences between the bass lines and the drum that really give the impact to a funk song. And I think in this song, I think I hit it um, pretty good. If this is the other funk song we've got out there is called "Wolf to a Sheep," and that one is, we find people like it a lot, but this one I think is a better effort in trying to capture the Minneapolis sound and not rip it off. In that I'm not cloning an actual full Prince song. I'm being inspired by what he did, and this song is a good example of being inspired by funk and then trying to take it forward and do something a little different. And the Phantom voice we've used before in some other Phantom tracks. He's on a Share a Fifth with You. We use this voice, and that's another kind of Minneapolis inspired track, but that one's coming from more of the chord arrangements using full Jupiter 8 kind of chords through my Juno. And this song is not really chord focused, it's more um, individual note focused with the bass notes and the bass synth and the other lead lines that are in here, along with the sound effects coming from the synthesizers. So we feel that music is a big part of what we do, and also what we do is presentation. And on our Instagram, we've been creating images and short films that go with this music. And there's a little short video that we put together, probably like the phase one of this video. Initially, we'll create a video from the actual artwork for the record, and then we'll throw effects on it, and then put the song behind it. And sometimes that's a very simple video where the visuals don't really change that much. It's kind of like a YouTube music video with just playing the song without having any visuals. Then later we go and we update it. So this particular song had a video from the 2016, but we're kind of redoing the video and we're working on it now. And so um, a full concept for this is going to be coming shortly this week, and we're going to push it out to all to Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. And so yeah, it's just fun, and we I think I said described before that when we do our visuals, we very much use the same kind of methodology we do with our music. We kind of a stream of consciousness, kind of artistic, what you feel at the moment, and just inspired by how we picture the song. And that's not we don't necessarily do a video that matches the lyrics of the song. We're more experimental, and we look at concepts that don't exactly match what you might expect the song to be talking about. It's just a different type of interpretation. It's very rare that we actually have a Phantom Electric Ghost music video that actually follows the song. Sometimes we'll do lyric videos that do follow the song, like Forest Pull is one of our lyric videos that we did a while back from a project from our Bandcamp albums. And just to mention, the Phantom Electric Ghost has many, many albums, like 10 volumes of Dark Ghost. They're on Bandcamp that you can download. We're on SoundCloud under Phantom Electric Ghost. We're on Fanburst. We're on all the streaming services. And as always, you can subscribe to Phantom Electric Ghost and help us support our efforts. Where in our other version of the show, we interview indie bands from around the world. We've interviewed Billboard artist Kendra Erica, Kendra Black, who got a song with Snoop Dogg called Rude, the Muted punk duo from London, the duo Soul Duda from Bermuda, the Heritage, um, and Extraterrestrial, who's a UFO rap goddess. We shout out to her, and we're going to be talking to Araya And again, and she had some really good shows in New York recently. We're going to be talking to her, and we have a lot of other people on deck tonight. We're talking to Stefan Kidd again and his crew. And so we're always on the lookout to collab with people, to talk about people with their art. So if you want to help us out, we're fan supported. You can subscribe at $4.99 a month, or even $1 a month. If you subscribe to $4.99 and $9.99 level, we will provide a CD of our record to you, and that will be something that I think you'll find interesting. Is the first three Family Electric Ghost albums. And if you help us, we will use this money to help continue to interview indie artists, do product reviews, which our first product review for 2018 is going to be the OPZ, and then we'll actually go back and review our DFAM and our Arteria Mini Brew and our Make Noise modules, the Math and the Morphogene. We've been kind of holding off on doing the reviews. We want to do the OPZ as the start of this new effort. We've got our tripod and our brand new iPhone, so we're hopefully the quality of the video is going to be pretty good. We have our Go Mixer with an iPhone X, well, XS Max, and we're really excited about getting the OPZ. We think the OPZ is going to be a real game changer in terms of production work, and will give people who are just using a DAW a little taste of using hardware to create music, which is what we've been doing for years. And we believe hardware synths do give you some capabilities that DAWs don't. And it's just a tactile knob per function, or even having a physical interface that is the synth itself, allows you to do stuff that is a little different than what you can do on a DAW. If you hear what the Ghost sounds like, you can kind of get the idea. We don't sound like a lot of things that are created on DAWs because there's a reason for that. And I think the Teenage Engineering OPZ will give people a way to see that difference in a very, it's a very robust package, a very interesting package, the size of a TV remote with a lot of capability. I mean, it's a video synthesizer, it's a lighting control kit, it has a microphone, it has sound engines. It can have a screen through your iPhone or iPad. It is a big revelation. And I think if you link it to an OP1, or you link it to like a keytar like the Roland new Axe Edge, I think you'd find that it's a very, very cool tool for performance. And if you see Cuckoo had a performance with it, and it is a viable performance tool that's different than using like a Pioneer. It gives you an ability to do something that you could jump on a plane, have this in your pocket, show up at a gig, and actually play. And that's really cool for those who don't have money for big road cases, or if you do have road cases, your back is killing you and you can't really move them that good because you're getting old. I think it gives a lot of cool options for people. And my last little plug is on the Moog 1, which I think is the flagship product for this year. It is the goal of any keyboardist in 2018, I think, would be to get one of these in your studio, because of it's just a badass machine. And I am kind of vacillating between the Prophet X and this machine, and they're two different things. Because the Prophet X is if you really need good samples, kind of like a Korg Kronos, and you want to have that kind of production work in your studio. I think the Prophet X still is a valid machine if you're doing a lot of things that need piano, that need deep samples. Then I think you've got to make the Prophet X choice. If you're looking for a sound that make you do really heavy synthwave, new wave, electronica, industrial, I think the Moog is the better choice, because it has the depth of the sound engine and the possibilities for all that layering. If you really want to overwhelm the audience with synth sounds, I think that machine is really on par. People could argue that Prophet 12 might be able to do the same kind of power, but it's only two timbre or timbral synth. This is a three timbral synth, and it's a full VCOs, three VCOs full on, not DCOs. And so I think you have some capabilities in this on the Moog One that are worth having. Um, and really, if you're a studio musician, you want both. But if you're a home musician, you got to make a choice. I kind of, like I said, I vacillate. I like to use a lot of piano in ghost songs. And I have my Roland, and I've always wanted to move up to a Kronos or Kurzweil you know, or even an RD 2000. Um, I think we even Nords are a good another choice, but the Prophet X gives you something that I think it's really a choice on if you're going to play the keys and do a lot of really good piano work and you want to do cinematic, uh, orchestral work. I think the Prophet X might be the thing that you have to get, and it's not a bad choice. But the Moog One kind of puts you in this other world of synthesis that we haven't seen since the Memory Moog, and we haven't seen since the Poly Moog, and it might be worth exploring that and use like an RD 2000 for your piano. So yeah, I think that's all I have for today. We're going to interview Stefan Kidd tonight. He'll be out there tonight on our Anchor, and everybody keep on doing what you do. Thank you.
Get over there.